All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I was not, or at least have not yet, been as lucky as many of you guys. I only got the mighty, but today we're going to be doing a comparison between the CTP of Competition and the CTP of Rage, because a lot of people have been requesting this one. They're wondering if the competition is going to eliminate the need for the CTP of Rage, and from the preliminary testing that I've done, it seems like that is not going to be the case. Okay. However, I do want to give a major shout out to the dev team. I think this is honestly one of the best ways you could launch a new CTP in a game that already has so many. You know, making it so that if you get one, you can get another one, and giving people a guaranteed way to get one. Granted, they had to spend 2k crystals to do so from the bingo. Now, if you decided not to do the bingo, there is chance up currently for the CTP of Competition, and you can try your luck over here. Maybe you get one for 75 crystals, which would be crazy, because then you can combine the two together, get yourself a mighty. Because if you get one for 75 crystals, you come in here, you're gonna get this one at the bottom, which I already got. You smash it together, you get yourself a mighty, and then you have two mighties for 75 crystals. It could happen, right? Let me know if you guys got that kind of crazy luck in the comments. It'll be even crazier to hear from you if you got two, smashed it together with, I don't know, maybe one extra CTP and got yourself a brilliant, all for 75 crystals. There's some lucky bastard out there that's gonna get that. But anyways, what we're gonna do today is look at how these two CTPs compared to each other, because for the longest time, especially with the release of World Boss Legend Plus, the CTP of Rage has been skyrocketing in value. Ever since it was released, the CTP of Rage has been one of the best in the game, and it's just gotten better and better over time. When it got reforged, it became the best CTP. Well, it was already the best CTP for ABX, but it got even better for ABX ABL, and then it got better for World Boss, whereas a while back it was Energy and Destruction kind of holding it down. Those CTPs got pushed down. It's a shame, because I would like to see them rework all the CTPs, not necessarily the Energy and the Destruction, but more so stuff like the Regeneration and others, but those are on the list as well. Anyways, point is, let me dive into it. From the preliminary testing that I've done, I tested on my Thanos, I tested on my Wolverine, and I tested on my Thor, I tested on a few other characters like Luna, Snow, etc. And it seems like characters that have guaranteed critical rate in their kit. I'm talking about this line of text right here on Wolverine's passive. See how it says increases guaranteed critical rate by 50%? This line of text is very important for the CTP of Rage, because the CTP of Rage activates based on you critting. When you see that exclamation point or exclamation mark behind a number in World Boss or whichever game mode you're playing, that means your character crit or critted, perform a critical hit, right? That gives an activation chance for the CTP of Rage. So characters that you give a CTP of Rage to, but they don't have guaranteed critical rate in their kit, oftentimes you'll find that they struggle to activate the CTP of Rage consistently. And it's part of the reason why we kind of require these characters to have a lot of hits on their rotation. We're talking 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 plus hits, because you want to make sure that you get your CTP of Rage activated every rotation on a consistent basis. So if a character has a low amount of hits, they're not proc friendly, and does not have guaranteed critical rate, I think those characters are going to be the best for a CTP of Competition, because this is going to give you a chance for it to activate every time you attack, not just when you crit. As you can see right there, it's a 15% chance when attacking. It says nothing about needing to crit, as opposed to with the CTP of Rage that requires that you crit, right? So I think that's going to be the two major selling points between these two CTPs now, which I kind of like this, right? Because now we don't have to have every character having carbon copies of each other. Every character that uses a Rage has guaranteed critical rate, and now the characters that you use for ABX, ABL, World Boss that don't have guaranteed critical rate, you can just slot them with the what's it called it competition, right? And they're gonna be good. Anyways, let's dive in. All right, so we're gonna kick things off with Thanos. We're gonna go against Cull Obsidian just because we don't want to have to use anybody to break the shield or anything against Black Swan. And then Proxima and Corvus require you to move around and do a whole bunch of janky stuff. This does require you to move around as well, but this is a little bit easier to maneuver. Anyways, also keep in mind that you should be targeting your tier 4s with the CTP of Competition, because it partially scales based upon your total instinct, and characters that are not tier 4 have very low instinct. Okay? They're not battle tested enough. Let's go. Alright, so 40 seconds in, we were down to 44 bars. And we have 2 lights. Keep that in mind. I'm going to try to get all the lights to make sure that we maximize our DPS. We'll do that for both runs as well. I'm going to probably just push till we get to maybe a minute and a half, to be honest with you. Okay, where's the other light? Just give me the light. Shonda pop. Anyways. And probably after this rotation we'll end it. Yeah, because he's gonna cutscene. Okay, so we'll stop it right here. So it was 25 bars with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left. That's with 3 lights. Alright. Let's do it. Got competition in the mix. See how much more damage we do. Okay, so he jumped at 46 this time as opposed to 44. Okay. We got the light. Took a sweet time running. Oh wow. Where's the light? Okay, it's at the top here. It's kind of a janky rotation because I had to interrupt for the light, but as you can see, I am definitely doing way more damage. It's set in stone. It's set in stone. That is a big gap. A humongous gap. Okay? So looks like Thanos' best CTP is now the CTP of Competition. Right? That is crazy. Because keep in mind, Thanos is one of those characters that because he has so many hits in his kit, his proc is pretty consistent. So this is actually quite alarming to me, because it wasn't like the rage wasn't activated for him. Whereas there's certain characters that don't have a lot of hits in their standard rotation, but they can't be played with an energy or a destruction. They're going to benefit from that even more than Thanos. Wow. I wasn't expecting the gap to be this huge. Okay, I'm throwing in Ghost Rider, and I'm curious to see if his performance with the CTP of Competition will be as mind-blowing as it was with my Thanos. Ghost Rider always gives me a little bit of trouble collecting the light because his V-pad's not that great. Okay, so 25 seconds, we're down to 44 bars. So you can see he's faster than Thanos. Makes sense though, because he has that extra juice on his fist kill. He be the juicer. Okay, where's the light? We gotta wait for the light. Oh, they put it deep. Yeah, I never would have gotten this one if I didn't wait. And that's the thing that sucks. Bro, Ghost Rider. Different. Just built different, bro. Just built different. Come on. I'm not even gonna get to the third light. I'm not even gonna wait for it. I'm gonna just keep attacking and let him get it. Alright, we'll stop it there. 19, and I definitely think I could probably get a couple extra bars because I went to go chase the light, but it is what it is. Alright. Let me see how the competition works on my Ghost of Riders. I'm gonna play as close to the same as I did to last time. Where's the light? Got it. That was too close for comfort. Okay, we got 2 extra bars this time. It was already incredibly fast, so it'll be interesting to see. Come on. I like to leave the 2 out the rotation so I can use it to find the light if I need to, because sometimes I gotta go deep. I did have to go deep for one of the light last time, so that's fine. Ooh, oh buddy. Buddy. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is cooking. Yep. I'm not even gonna chase that last light, but yep. So I'm looking at this and it's the same situation, same as with Thanos, right? Okay, so now let's try somebody that has a guaranteed critical rate in the kit. Let's do this. I think I'm gonna do something a little bit different, and I'm just not gonna go for the lights, and I'm just gonna prioritize just staying on the boss and then see how that goes. Okay, Logan, let's go. Like, we'll stop when Cull gets 3 lights. Nah, or we'll stop at what's it called? We'll stop at 1:30. He can't really kill Logan, so 1:30, or if he gets the 3 lights, because he should get the 3 lights at the same point regardless. Crazy that this is with type disadvantage. Logan is just such a monster in this uniform, bro. He got the 3 lights, but we'll make it 1:30. Yeah, we just on his ass, bro. We just on him. Alright, stop it there because he cutscened. He can't handle the business, bro. So 333, 24 bars. Let's see competition. Okay, so this is our first character that has guaranteed critical rate. Let's see how he compares. And we have the CTP of Competition. Damage looks good same way. Alright. So 15 bars. If it was at
30 seconds, 32 seconds. Guy's jumping around a lot, but Logan has pretty good tracking, as he should. But I'm sure you guys are starting to see. Okay, we got pulled out of the tier 3 there because of his movement. Not much I can do about that. Alright, so we're coming right in time. Look at that.
So it's pretty much identical, the situation here for Wolverine. It's nothing like what we saw with Ghost Rider and Thanos, where the CTP of Competition made them do significantly more damage. Right here you can see it's even Steven for Wolverine. Alright, so since we did 2 characters that didn't have guaranteed critical rate, we're also going to be doing 2 that do have it, so we can see how it compares the Rage and the Competition. Let's go. I'll go over here and get Buddy in the corner. Boom. So that was about 23. Okay, not bad, not bad. Not bad. We got 44 bars. Let's see. Okay, buddy. Venom is, without a doubt, one of my favorite characters to play. Love him in this uniform. The V-Pad is just too good. Too good. Too good. Okay, we're gonna lock it down at 330. So let's see how much more damage we can get. If we get the other light, cool. If we don't, whatever. Actually, I guess I have to try to at least get 2 lights in the next one too. Alright, stop it there. 15, okay? 15 bars left at 330. Alright. Let's see. For the first 2 characters that we tested it on, it was very evident when the CTP of Competition was better. Like, it wasn't even close. So it should be really easy to tell as we carry on in this fight. Let's go. Okay. Come on, buddy, hurry up. I got caught up there. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's rerun that. Let's run that back. Okay, let's see. Let's get ourselves an answer. Definitely going to do a lot more testing off screen. But for now, let's see what it be. So that's 1 light, and we got to get 1 more because we got 2 on the last run. Okay, 23. It was 27 last time. I think I might have said 23, but I think last time was 27. So this was a couple seconds faster, but we'll see.
Got it. $26. This definitely looks a little bit stronger, but it's definitely not the mind-blowing difference that we were seeing with Thanos and Ghost Rider. Yeah, it looks really close, like a little bit better than the Rage, like a little bit better than the Rage, and probably get a little bit more damage there. But yeah, looking at this, I will say that I would say they're close to being 1-to-1, right? Because if you look at the Rages that I'm using, they're pretty much maxed in terms of the Let me show you. I pulled them off, but I was using these rages here, like the enrage is max, and then the bottom proc is max. The crit rate and stuff don't matter because we already max on that stats. And as opposed to where's my guy Venom, we're using the max stats you could possibly get on Almighty, which is 60-60 and then 55-6 at the bottom, as you can see right there. So looking at this, I think we can almost indefinitely come to the conclusion that the characters that have this guaranteed critical rate line here, whether it's from their tier 2 passive, 4-star passive, or from their uniform, regardless of how they get it, regardless of how much they have, they are, I would say, almost on par when it comes to the competition and the rage. Looks like competition might be still a little bit better, but it's not this to the same degree as opposed to when the characters do not have any guaranteed critical rate in their kit, even if they're already super consistent with their rotation. Because Thanos, from what I see when I play him, he's very consistent with his rage procs. But when I gave him that competition, he was still so much better. It looks like I'm gonna have to do some maybe ABX, ABL tests. If you guys want to see that, let me know. And like I said, you ideally don't want to give it to your level 70 characters. You want to go for your tier 4s because of the fact that if you take a look at characters like Human Torch and you look at how much instinct they have, their instinct is very low. It's always under 1,000, versus when you look at somebody who's at tier 4, it's always like 3,000 ish, and it's taking a percentage of that total instinct when it's calculating how much damage it's going to give you from the CTP of competition. So you always want to prioritize your tier 4 characters for that CTP. More testing will be coming if you guys want to see that. I'm out of here for now though. Peace.